from my head, and it should be replaced by that I have abundance in the deeper inside me. Then only it will work. But let us start with the Mangala Charan. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. May there be happiness for all. Sarvesham shantir bhavatu. Sarvesham Puranam Bhavatu. May there be wholeness for all. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. May there be auspiciousness for all. When you say this, does it really go inside? No, it is not going inside. It means internal satsang is absent. External is there. Intellectual understanding is there. But internal satsang here means that I'm doing it daily and during the day. Huh? That will only help me to change my mind. Our peace and happiness cannot be our weekend vacation spot. We are not a weekend yogi and a full time warrior. So the master is pointing out that we have to wake up to this fact that peace and happiness is a state of being within me. Impulsive mind will not allow you to happen. So that is why we are doing it regularly, so that we can change the impulsive mind, deluded mind. Why we are committed, why we are sincere, because we want, before the impulsive mind says, oh, not enough yet, I have anxiety and duality, this mantra comes in between. Oh, may there be happiness for all, happiness in me and outside. For the deluded mind, why you are expecting something from outside to be happy? Then only we have to move from tourist to pilgrim, from chasing pleasure to seeing happiness in me, in you, in everyone. Now you see how powerful the mantra becomes, how powerful the mantra becomes. A burning desire for awakening is alive every day. This mantra is no longer a nice ending, but it becomes your home address, real home address. We have to do until then. So what ultimately the Mangala Charan mantra does, we have a question: will life support me, or am I ready to live as awareness that is already supporting my life? One of the finest and ultimate truth we reach, am I ready to live as awareness that is already supporting my life? If I'm aware, then only I have a life. I'm not aware where it is. That is in brief. Open your eyes. That is in brief about, I'm relating, connecting the Mangalacharan mantra with the burning desire. How you lived, in what state you lived from the last session until now. I told you Mangalacharan, listening and learning, contemplation, reflection, it is internal satsang, then practice and experience, then daily analysis, applying the wisdom, and then evaluate the change in your attitude, behavior, and conduct? And did you express your thought, speech, and action in your personal, professional, and social life? It seems long step, but once you start doing it, it becomes a play and fun. So let us start with our sharing our experiences openly, and let us start with the Dennis.
Yes, I do the practice regularly every day, and also I contemplate and reflect. I analyze my day in the evening, and whenever I notice that the mind is wandering into unnecessary thoughts, I superimpose Mangalacharan. So the last couple of days were quite peaceful for me, and when the ego tried to start reacting, I know I was noticing it, and I was just dissolving it, not by suppression, but by contemplation, by thinking. So yes, it was pretty peaceful and quiet.
Beautiful. You know, the deluded mind always creates pain and expectation and pleasure. And instead, the more you recognize, that is the first step. Second is that you return to the Mangalacharya, may there be sarvesham swastir bhavatu. You are making fun of your deluded mind. If not, deluded mind will make fun of you. That is for sure. How are you, Stephen?
Good, sir. Thank you. It's been good. It's been a good 3 days or so. Yesterday's meditation for me was really more contemplative than anything else because I started stripping away at this in anticipation of today's question of how the week's been, and I ended up in this deep contemplation about the actions that we take and how busy life is, not from a personal perspective, but with obligations and responsibilities and all the challenges that are around us and the lack of a better term, the stupidity of other people and things like that just get at you. And I started battling between this concept of action and inaction. And I realized that every situation that we're faced with, we can't control anything outside of ourselves. Got that. But everything requires an action. And then to me, I started looking at that action through the lens of the Eastern wisdom. And it's like it became very, very clear that if you just take a moment to pause and take every situation, every action that you have to do and come from a place of peace, love, happiness, truth, and wisdom, nothing bothers you. It's just, as you
Yeah,
just said it's a play and a fun. And it's becoming clearer and clearer each day. And my contemplation, my reflections are just getting deeper. So thank you.
beautiful. Summary. What is the summary? You go to see and watch movie. Mind is clear. It is entertainment. Movie entertainment. But that includes he actor, villain, fight, horror, fear, violence, everything. But it is movie. Now bring that same thing. Everyday action is just like a movie, and the life is better. That is, but it takes time. It is not a one day, and it cannot be done one day. Constantly, consistently. And our topic, Bernie, desire will do the rest. How are you, David and Jerry?
Thank you, sir. Mangalacharan, morning, noon, middle of the night, night, um, is really great and sort of a reset button during the day. Sometimes um, my metaphor is I've gone from driving an old pickup truck where the shock absorbers were broken to driving a Rolls Royce, and you drive down a bumpy road and you can't feel a thing they're absorbing. the shock absorbers are they're doing their job of absorbing, and I feel like the practice is my shock absorbers in life.
Then yes, then your truck also becomes Rolls Royce.
Exactly.
That is the point. Because outer pleasure is not there. Seeking expectations of Rolls Royce is not there. Ah, I can drive the truck and it is a Rolls Royce because mind is clear. Beautifully said. How are you, Jerry?
Sir, I'm good. Thank you. I do practice every day, and then I share the tools. After I kind of contemplate and reflect and assimilate them. The one I've been really focused on this week is placing the happiness somewhere. I really like that. If you placed your happiness and you left it in somebody else's home, or
Yeah.
your peace in somebody else's home, because we will have events and they come every day, and some are more pleasant than others. And if we know our peace and we just know where everything is and inside of us, then we just, like Stephen said, there's nothing to worry about. We don't worry about it. We just bring that, and the truck becomes the Rolls Royce, and it's a constant smooth drive. And I noticed, like, sometimes in conversation, I've really been focusing on the intention to understand, because as we communicate with other people, it's always to bring to improve a situation, not to criticize, not to attack, not to do those things. And sometimes the other person's defensive, so it's just I just find myself backing up a bit and sometimes stopping because it's met with resistance.
Yes. Simply said, you started with placing happiness on the object or a person or a situation or a relation. And then we start getting into anxiety reaction. Why? Because mind has an imagined happiness placed outside. It is not real. So unless we understand this, we cannot have a burning desire. So you are helping me to move to that topic. Thank you. How are you, Christina, with the C first? Today, let young Christina.
Thank you. I've also been contemplating and having that thought of where did I secretly put my happiness? And for me, it's been the ego, and it's just been a really, really loud sometimes, and it's kind of funny to me because I'm so aware of the ego when it flares up or it's trying to be loud and take control, or just little things like if I made dinner and my honey started eating before me, an old part of me was like, oh, how dare he start to eat? But I just laugh in my head because I realize it. I'm like, what? There's who cares? Like I don't actually care because I am peace, love, and that's
Yeah,
it. So it's just really funny seeing that duality of the ego being trying to be the main character, but I'm like, my piece is the main character. So
beautiful. You are the youngest, and when you start learning the Eastern wisdom, not only your personal family life will be better, but your future lies ahead will always be better. That is really a good thing. The moment you recognize the ego and you start laughing, it takes time to understand, it takes time to be aware. And then what happens? The life becomes so smooth and easy. Then you say, yes, I am doing this action of cooking to make everyone happy, including my honey. So please, next time you invite your honey, please sit. Let me cook and you eat. Let him eat first. And after that, then you can eat. So you have double happiness. One happiness that you express by offering the food that you cook, and second happiness that you are eating the same food. That is how our masters guide us. Yes, Terry, you have to say something.
Um, well, yesterday I started to get annoyed because first thing in the morning, the aide brought the wheelchair to my room and I didn't need it. So I thought, but why are you assuming that I need it? So then I started thinking about, that's her perspective.
Yes.
It's irritating, but it's egotistical of me to assume that she has my perspective. And I had a lot of work to do. So I just did the work all day and I didn't go on the computer and look at the news. And it was very much more productive because the news is so distracting. It's like you feel like you're doing something, but you're really not. But it takes
Yes.
over your mind, and then suddenly hours have passed. So I just kept working, and it was I feel better because I got a lot done. It's done. Now I can get more done. So that was sort of like a right action, I think.
Beautiful. Next time the maid brings the wheelchair, you thank her and
Mhm.
say, at present, I don't need it. Please take it back. Whenever I need, I will call you.
Mhm.
So I have not to change my mind. I'm getting a blessing. That is why she brought a wheelchair as if you need it. She is not the one who is going to read your mind and will say, okay, let me read the mind of Terry. She needs it, but she doesn't need it. So that is not there.
Yeah.
So I have to. Beautiful, yes. How are you, Barbara?
I am good, thank you. I had a relatively calm week last week. There was one day that I had an appointment and I thought I gave myself enough time, but I got stuck in traffic and I was beginning to feel anxious. And then I thought about how can I allow an outside factor that I have absolutely no control whatsoever over affect me. And I just let the peace that was inside me come out and everything was fine.
Beautiful. You see, it's a point of your awareness that the peace and happiness are within me. The moment you are aware of it, everything changes in your life. It is a state of being. You are not chasing happiness. Beautiful. How are you, Christina?
Thank you. I've been practicing with shifting from different roles in my life and letting go of attachment. Had to bring one of my kids to the hospital 2 nights ago, unexpectedly in the evening. And so I just remember coming back to, okay, wait, I'm in my mom role now. I need to leave all the other roles and fall into that. And it carried into the next day where I could shift then back into work mode or whatever role I was in and notice less
Yes.
irritation
Yes.
about it.
Because when I am doing versus it is my role that I am doing, it carries a lot of weight when you say I'm just performing my role. Just 1 hour, 10 minutes, I will finish the session. It's my role. So when I'm playing my role, I'm more aware. I'm not attached. I'm not carried away. I cannot be bullied. The life changes completely. How are you, Webher?
Thank you, sir. Sir, this news I was reading from past few days. So it taken up little bit space in my head, like it related to the city, and it has taken up some space in my head. So it was kind of a stress while reading that, and because of that, I reacted to someone with where could have easily avoided, and that after that later that night I realized that this place I could have easily avoided and I could have like not done that. Mm, then it's like it was like then I have to say that next time I have to be aware of it and see how it goes.
Yes, any activity, if it is habitual, if it is carried out by the impulsive mind, if it is carried out by the false eye, the result is always reactive, negative, feeling tired. You know, because this impulsive mind, that is what we discussed last time, it is a future happiness script. My mind keeps on writing the future happiness script. I discussed that school stress with a promise of future happiness, college stress with a promise of job happiness, job stress with a promise of relationship happiness, relationship stress with the promise of next fantasy. So we continue to create that fantasy. We have already discussed that in a detail. You have, I believe that you have heard it, you have listened to it. Now pay attention. Let us go little and reveal the secret of this burning desire. Burning desire is not, I have a burning desire for awakening, and you start crying, are you excited for your enlightenment? No, this does not work here. That is our American attitude. Are you excited? Yes. Why should I be excited? That's why I stopped going into these seminar and workshop. The first question they always ask you. Now understand. Pay attention to it. You have to contemplate and reflect. Pleasure is, or you can say pain. Pleasure or pain is an attraction or repulsion of happiness in the objects, people, things, event. Let us make it continue with the pleasure so you can add the pain. Pleasure is attraction of happiness in objects and people. So now we are going. Attraction is caused by the likes and dislikes. Attraction is either caused by the likes, or repulsion is caused by the dislike. I hate you. I love you. Right? So pay attention. Pleasure is attraction. Then what is attraction? Attraction is caused by the likes, and this liking imagines the happiness in the object. So default mind always works with the likes and dislikes all the time in a waking. The moment you wake up in this state, how many of you like my beard and how many of you dislike my beard? By default, it is there. It is always there. And we are not aware of it. So because when you are not aware, the mind says, okay, like, and then dislike, like, attraction, dislike, repulsion, objects, people, imagined pleasure, imagined happiness. Are you getting it? We are talking about burning desire. So once pleasure or pain is projected on the object in people, mind starts making effort to possess it or to escape it. No, enough is enough. No, now I will divorce you. So you see that? Escape it. No, no, I love you, honey, so much. No, whatever masters are saying. It's so much revealing. Master is saying neither attachment nor likes contain happiness. Your liking does not contain happiness. So why you are pursuing, why you are making an effort? Neither dislike nor detachment contain the property of sorrow. Why you are searching? Why you want to escape? Are you understanding? Little deeper, but not very deep so that you cannot understand. We all are intelligent. So this movement of the mind is the greatest problem that prevents the burning desire for awakening. I collected the teaching of three masters, and let us see in a step-by-step again. Burning desire and the pleasure trap. Why your mind loves the buffet more than the freedom? What is buffet? Sorry, I'm giving you a very rough metaphor, but we have to recognize it. Rough metaphor to draw your more attention. Imagine your mind as a puppy. Your mind is a puppy in a giant buffet hall. You might have seen those. Every plate that passes, people, objects, and events, it either jumps towards the person to get the taste of the plate or runs away from it. The puppy is convinced the taste is in the plate. It never suspects the real driver is his own tongue. That is the nature of the mind, which acts like a puppy. In the same way, pleasure is just the mind attraction to happiness. It imagines in objects and people. I have to recognize, because without recognition, I cannot dissolve it. And if I don't dissolve it, then I suppress it. And when I suppress it, oh, I have a burning desire, it remains as a theory. It remains, it never, you cannot convert it into a practice. It either jumps towards, no, you see that? In the same way, the pleasure is just the mind's attraction to happiness. It imagines in objects and people. Like is just attraction, dislike is repulsion. The default mind lives 24/7 in the likes and dislikes. If I don't become aware, it will not work. Burning desire for awakening is nice, but the real game is pleasure or pain. Like Christina was saying, when he started eating, you see, find out projection. And then you recognize, then you laugh. It is done. So now the first principle that we have to remember, the belief that the world is here to make you happy, is perhaps the greatest of all human delusions. The world is here to make me happy. Whether it is husband, wife, money, relations, and the world is not here to make me happy. But I can express a happiness because I know happiness is there. Second point, the likes and dislikes. From likes and dislikes, if you don't transition to a burning desire, the burning desire will not work. Turning the mind from buffet to previous, buffet to being. Pleasure is just a projection, it is not a property. Do you like, you see, if the objects are inherently happy, wouldn't everybody respond the same way? If the honey makes everyone happy, then everyone will get married, will remain married. There is no question of divorce. Understand in steps by steps. First thing, from likes and dislikes to burning desire. It means I have to move from turning the mind from buffet to being. The first step is I have to recognize it is only a projection. Second thing, once I recognize, then I recognize the drama of my default mind. Oh, it's all a drama. Just saying, oh, it's a drama. I'm upset with you. No, it's a drama. Don't you see in the movie? You are hooked to the movie for 1.5 hours. You see everything horror, all these statements. They are movie entertainment. The default mind is just a drama. Don't play a drama. Now the third point comes. Third point comes, what is the greatest block to the burning desire, the pleasure, and the pain lives outside. It is not. I have to remind my mind again and again. So what will work? But it is not happening. Satsang, the internal satsang. You are consistently, regularly listening and learning, contemplation and reflection, practice and experience. You analyze daily, and ultimately, what happens? You upgrade your inner mind. And once you upgrade it, you know, I will choose comfort over clarity. No, I will choose clarity over comfort. Done. So the moment you choose clarity over the comfort, you can find out your anxiety, your reaction has already gone. Is my mind my teacher, or is it the student sitting in the back row checking its phone? Recognition before you can drop these thoughts, which is seeking happiness outside. Let us go a little deeper. Our mind is like a Netflix of pleasure, horror, and reruns, a repetition. What is the problem actually? Problem is pleasure or pain as a breaking news. Every day. You wake up in the morning, oh, yesterday, he ate before he invited me, so I have a problem. I'm jealous. No, breaking news. The moment you wake up, the default mind goes with the breaking news. Default mind reports every likes and dislikes as absolute truth. Is it not amazing? This is terrible. This will save me. This will destroy me. This will make me happy. It never says this is just another episode. It never says this is another movie. It never says this is another drama. Are you getting it? The moment it is another drama, because your mind now recognizes I have to find out peace and happiness. So that is the problem you have. And what is the diagnosis? The world is a scapegoat. That person hurts me. That things made me happy. In reality, the movement of the mind toward or away is what we feel as a happy and sad. We feel happy if the honey comes and hugs and say, I love you. You don't know, I don't want to say, you don't know what is the intention behind. Expression may be different than the intention. I don't want to say, but that is the fact. So, I don't want to explain it, but you understand. So that is the diagnosis. And then what is the solution? Put desire in the observer. Such a beautiful solution. And it takes time. It is not a one-day affair. Any desire you put in the observer, not in the next episode. When you put the desire in the observer, you are already free. You are free there and then. Does it mean? It means I know, mind, you are putting the desire in this event, in this relationship. Hence, and which is imaginary it means it is not there. I am happy. I'll do it again. Another point is also very important. Have you noticed that happiness never stays where you put it? Just remember, I would have been happy if, but complete the sentence and then say you have put it. Are you happy? Happiness never stays where you put it. Dating, soulmate, oh, I'm very happy. After a few months, we know and we know we had put the happiness there. But now, okay, let us continue. As long as you secretly believe real happiness is one more achievement away, your mind will keep running outside and never commit to turning within. It means we cannot have a burning desire. Recognize the pattern, not just the pain or pleasure. Whenever you have a pleasure and pain, recognize the pattern. The mind is moving. Mind, you have created another pattern, another set of habit. You want me to run outside? Recognize, admit happiness or pain, both is not inside, not inside, not outside. Turn the mind inward with a logic and love. Both. I love myself. I want to continue my journey. Why, what the heck, I fall into anxiety and duality and a conflict? We are talking about how to have that burning desire for awakening in the life. Without burning desire, nothing can be achieved. All the 5 years of your work will be wasted. Pleasure and pain are the two sides of the same delusion. Burning desire placed forth for a reason. Why? I have to understand clearly. I have to apply the discernment. I have to apply the dispassion. I have to work with the six treasures. And then I can find out there is a burning desire. Now it is reduced to only one sentence. If you are consistently doing it, regularly you are committed, what is one sentence? True happiness is not the life events, but in knowing the knower. I am a knower of pain, I'm knower of a pleasure, I'm knower of a pain because my mind has a repulsion towards that object. You have a cognitive understanding and it is gone, pain is gone. Imagined pleasure is gone. In those states of the mind, you have a burning desire. Burning desire for awakening. How many times, I will just run after pain, pleasure, likes, dislikes. How many times I have to put pleasure and pain onto the events and people outside? Is it not enough? And mind says it is enough and you drop it and then you start finding your happiness inside. What it means, let us put in a reverse way. When you are finally tired of almost being happy, you are almost tired, No, first I will have an experience, then you marry 3 times and you divorce 3 times, and then you will have experience. You are already 80 and 90 years old. You can learn from one experience. You can learn from one experience. Is it not enough? So when your mind says, when I'm finally tired, of almost being happy, searching outside, uh, this is too much. Let me live inside. A burning desire for awakening that only becomes possible when the mind clearly perceives. When the mind clearly perceives, I'm making it very clear. That pleasure and pain, like and dislikes, are projections, not reality in your daily life, in your daily interaction with the people, objects, events, and things outside. But why? Because as long as the default mind worships pleasure and pain, you will keep running on the inner treadmill. New school, new job. I don't know, Christina already told that she has a new job, new responsibility, huh? New relationship. Continue doing it, but just as a role, as a movie. Same restlessness. Can anyone tell which job gave you the restfulness? Give me any job. Burning desire is the moment you stop asking the buffet to make you full and you start seeking the source of fullness, fulfillment, self fulfillment. That is where you start. I have tested the world. Now I am willing to test myself. That is your burning desire. Am I making clear? I have tested the world, for so many years. Now it is almost 67 years. Now I'm willing to test myself, whether peace and happiness is there or not. I do not want more comfortable prison. I want freedom from the prison of ignorance. I'm giving some thoughts to your mind. The desire of all desires is to wake up to the peace and happiness, love, truth, and wisdom I already am. That clarity is there in you. It is already within, but I have yet to find out, and that will help you to reach there. Intellectual is there, external satsang, you have to do it in internal satsang. So close your eyes. Eyes are closed. Yeah, obviously on Thursdays we have more of a principle understanding, less of the no, the practice is the same. Practice is the same. So eyes are closed. Eyes are closed. The stage one. Do you remember? Do you remember place, position, and posture? Reference to the external world, that is body. And then we become aware of sensation, comfort, and steadiness. That is aware, being comfortable, being carefree. You are observer. You start observing all those thoughts. Become a carefree observer. Observer is always carefree. So that is why I put the practice there. So you are just aware of that. Hmm? And Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu. I don't want to leave the Mangalacharan. It helped me a great deal, and it will definitely help you anytime you remember. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. May there be happiness for all, peace for all, wholeness for all, auspiciousness for all. When you see, check the flash of it is deep within you. I know the default mind returns and it starts moving in another direction. In those moments when you are doing it consciously, it works. We'll move to the second stage. In that we are skipping couple of steps that you know already. We are aware of the breath. Just be aware of the breath and look deep inside the forehead in the space. When you look deep inside the forehead into the space and start breathing long, deep, and hissing into your chest, into your rib cage, not into the belly. Continue. Long, deep, and the hissing breath. So you should remember that the stage 2 is more about the active steps of breathing, the three stripes of the breathing. We have not done it. We will do it again on Monday. Here, just breathing long, deep, in the hissing breath. Long, deep, in the hissing breath into your entire rib cage. We already discussed and you're aware. Aware means that you are conscious of total expansion of the entire rib cage from the collarbone to the last rib while inhaling, and total contraction and squeezing of these ribs while exhaling with an awareness and attention on inside the forehead in the space. Now stop this, return to the normal breathing pattern. Check the breath, feel the sensation. You know, when we live in extraordinary awareness, we can even switch on these steps in few seconds. Because the inner depth awareness is already maintained. And that is what the deeper state of meditation. Whatever the steps that you do outside has less to do with it. Now start breathing deep, silent and slow. As you inhale, mind moves from the top center of the head deep inside to the spine, to the tailbone, singing mentally Om Shanti. While breathing out, your mind moves from the tailbone upward, reaching to the top center of the head, singing Om Shanti, which normally we say Nyasa is there. Nyasa means to place. You are placing Om Shanti on the spine from outside to recognize that peace is already within us. After all, we book a restaurant and what we already know tasty food is there. It's a normal logic. That is why I'm going to that restaurant. It will not work in the world, but when we work in the inner world, it will always work, sooner or later, depending on our commitment. Deep, silent, and slow breathing you have done. And now return to the normal breathing pattern. We are transitioning into the stage 3. So the moment you watch the track of the breath, which is unchanging, you are dropping Om Shanti there. So we are educating the mind so that it gets rid of its impulsive, deluded nature. You see that we started with a long, deep, and silent breathing along the spine, and now we the breath is still moving, but it is normal, on which we are dropping Shanti. So you see the 4 distinct steps. And during the day, you can follow these 4 distinct steps whenever you are attacked by anxiety, duality, or a conflict. Maybe you start with the long, deep, and silent breathing, Nyasa and Om Shanti. Maybe this one that you are doing now. And now on the 16 segments of the fingers, that is the third point, third way to educate the mind. You're dropping Om Shanti on the 16 segments of the fingers. So you see, it is the static. The mind is aware of the inactivity. We will talk about it. Has to do with the tamoguna. So we address the distractions by the tamoguna and we infuse the satoguna by Om Shanti. That's a little subtler and deeper. We'll talk about it later. Why I said so? Because I told you Eastern wisdom is all about understanding clearly. It is a journey of cognitive understanding of I am the real self, I am the peace, happiness, love, truth, and wisdom. Simple. Here, drawing Om Shanti on the 16 segments of the fingers, one after the other, with the clarity, feeling of sensations in them is natural. I would say it is natural. You know what is burning desire? Burning desire is the inner fire that stops you running in the world outside. But you continue to live in the same world. But it makes you stop you running unnecessarily. Unnecessarily by deluded mind, by pleasure, by seeking pleasure, by escaping pain. Now leave this, move the mind inside the heart, visualize the triangle, and moving the mind on each side of the triangle, drawing Om Shanti, one time clockwise, other time anti-clockwise. You're breaking that prison of mind seeking pleasure or escaping the pain from the world outside. With that, that's why we are doing clockwise and anti-clockwise. Continue. And now move the mind deep inside the cave of your heart, singing Om. Mentally, mind seems to stop. You drop Shanti and self absorption now, doing nothing. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. I believe you remember. You can do it on your own loud with me, or you can do it mentally. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your mind on the right hand your mind on the left hand. Lift your both the palms, place it on your eyes. Bring the hands down. We'll share our experiences. How are you, Stephen?
Good, sir. Thank you. For me, it's a very deep meditation. I clearly, there were thoughts that came through. There were a lot of visions that came through, but I gave no attention to it, no focus to it. They came, they went, and I just fell deeper and deeper into meditation. So thank you.
Beautiful. How are you, Dennis?
Very peaceful, very seamless meditation. The experiences, the thoughts, they were like at a distance. And I also noticed that my experience of the body was also kind of a little bit different. Like it was, I don't dare to say that it was an out of body experience, no, but it was like the body is at some kind of a distance.
Yes.
So yes, it was peaceful. Thank you.
Beautiful. How are you, David and Jerry?
Thank you, sir. Very smooth ride, very deep and peaceful, and no thoughts that caused any kind of disruption along the way. So it was beautiful. Thank you.
Beautiful. Jerry?
Thank you, sir. Yeah, also deep, absorbed. It's just a steady awareness. Thank you.
Beautiful. How are you, Christina Rago?
Thank you again. It felt like a long meditation, almost hours, and then just to realize it was less than 20 minutes. So yeah, very calm and relaxed and detached.
So it is the state of the mind. So if that state of the mind you are in all your life, journey is done. How are you, another Christina?
I am just in very calm state, and I've realized over the last couple weeks of consistency, the going through the steps is so simple, and it's just like, yep, okay, here we go with this one, here we go with this one. There's no attachment, and it really, I feel like the consistency through the steps has not allowed the thoughts to come in, and even though they do, or visions or colors, it just, I'm like, okay, very good, and then it just moves past.
Beautiful. Yes. Beautiful. How are you, Vaibhav?
Thank you, sir. So it was dark, mind was calm, so it was peaceful.
Beautiful. And Terry?
I felt like I was in a tug of war between my attention going inward and getting distracted and going. It was right in the middle.
Who caused you the distraction? Let me know. I will take care of that. It is my own mind.
Yeah.
So once you are aware that it is my own mind taking me there, and another part of the mind is taking me in, you leave both. Then you are inside. How are you, Barbara?
I'm very good, thank you. My meditation was very deep and calm. In the beginning, though, I was thinking about one of the things you said about seeking a more comfortable prison. And that actually is what happens when you buy a new house, a new car, get a new mate. It all comes with issues. In the beginning, it's wonderful and beautiful, but everything comes with issues. And the only freedom is from within.
You're right. You're right. Including, I don't want to say including marriage also. Everything looks so rosy, pleasure, comfort. We know afterwards whether it's really comfortable or not. The reason is that nothing outside contains the property of peace and happiness. House is not a property, does not contain the property of happiness. It contains the property of comfort, luxury. But again, pay attention. Luxury and comfort does not really possess peace and happiness. It is my own imagination. It is my own imagination. I'm comfortable with coffee, you are comfortable with tea. You see? I'm comfortable with one car, you are comfortable with another car. You are comfortable with one house, I'm comfortable with another house. One color and a second color. So that clarity settles in the mind, and then you see that happiness continues. Yes, those who are not attending the Saturday session in this group, you can also attend the Saturday session. We have already started the Sankhya Yoga, the journey through numbers. If you know the 25 elements, you can be awakened. It is only through the understanding. That is all for today, and we will meet again. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, sir.
Namaste.
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 Namaste.